How's it? Today is Tuesday, February 18th. I had 10 sets of 3 hang power cleans plus 1 power jerk. 6 of those sets would be at top weight, so I did I think it's a total of 30 hang powers. Pretty fun. After that, I did some floating snatch pulls where I ran into some minor issues with my upper back. And then I did some actual full tempo squats, so no eccentric, no slow eccentric, and no slow concentric. Just as quick as I can to keep my positions correct. I haven't done high hang powers in a very, very long time, so doing these felt really nice. The power jerks were not the best because yesterday I had those push presses, behind the neck push presses for the snatch position, and those gassed my shoulders out a lot more than I thought it would. So getting to overhead was a little iffy in some instances. Overall, I didn't miss any. I didn't expect to miss any. Today was supposed to be pretty light to kind of just get moving through everything all over again. Watching these videos back, my clean technique is pretty sharp. I mean, those are warm-ups, and this is finally the first set here. I was worried about my upper back being sore from these, but none of them actually made my upper back hurt, or none that I recall. My upper back started hurting when I was doing the floating snatch pulls, but only in a really strange position, which I'll go over in a little bit when it reaches that spot. Here's my second set. So kind of similar trajectory as yesterday. The first reps of all of these sets are really, really, really easy. Second one is kind of hard, and the third one, I'm just really tired, so moving feels difficult, but the weight kind of flows pretty well. Some of these overhead positions are a little strange, but again, it's that kind of inhibited flexibility that I have today. On the sets that I was able to watch in this training session, I saw that my chest wasn't on top of the bars I would have liked, and some of them, my chest even starts to cave forward and brings my shoulders forward. So I was trying to be really cognizant of that. One, I was able to see it in the sets. Yeah, I like that one. My chest was significantly higher. I'm trying to maintain upward pressure, which is the big issue with the snatch, right? But if I can keep the same cue for the clean and jerk, I feel that translation between the clean and the snatch is just a little bit easier. So if I can keep my upper back tight through extension to make sure I am continuing the upward pull, my bar path is almost always better. It also gives me a better starting position from around my knee. You can see that some of my less good reps, I'm a little bit lax. And then I kind of drift out away from my body, or the bar drifts out away from my body. That was a good one. This is my last set here. Yeah, the bar kind of gets out a little bit in front of me. This is my 30th high hang clean, so kind of a lot. After that, I went into some floating or clean pulls plus floating clean pulls. So the issue that was hurting me was not this, and it was not the second floating clean pull. It was actually the juxtaposition of that and having no weight on my body. It's like as if the tension stored in my muscles kind of just has nowhere else to go. That's probably not the correct way of framing that, but it wasn't hurting through the motion, and it only hurt once I let go of the weight. So I'm not sure if it was this set or the next set. I tried to not drop the weight at my hip. Um, it kind of helped, but it wasn't. It's the next one. It kind of helped, but it didn't totally make the pain go away. I think if in the future I do these, I'm going to be just a little bit more aware, so that if I do start at the beginning, holding onto the weight like this and then kind of going down slowly. If I can start at the beginning, I'm not sure if that will make a difference, but I would like to try it. Again, I'm just trying to maintain upward tension through the extension from my upper body. This is the weight that I know I can clean, so I'm not focusing too much on positions here. After that, I moved into some back squats, and again, these are the first back squats I've done at full tempo. I think I did front squats at full speed a few weeks ago, but not back squats. Last time I did a full tempo back squat must have been in July, maybe before that. So I'm pretty happy with how these went. Steve said to work up to around my best clean for 5x5, and then he eventually set a number on that to be 275. I was warming up with my knee sleeves on because I just had them on from my cleans, but ordinarily when I do tempo squats, I don't even have the knee sleeves on, so I decided to take them off for the working sets. It was something I needed to get used to because the range of motion is ever so slightly smaller, or larger, sorry. But I found that as long as I maintain my positions through the movement, it turned out to be okay. To kind of just load my quads and make sure that once my knees get pushed out forward, that they stay there, because the issue that I've been facing with my hamstring tendon is that backward push out of the hole. So sometimes it feels a little bit slower, but I'd much rather have slower with no pain than have a faster lift with tons of pain. So these are all really, really nice. I'm not sure how long ago it was. It was like 2 weeks ago. I did do a 5x5, or sorry, a single set of 5 at 275 for tempo squats. So I knew that these 5x5 full speed would be manageable. I didn't know if it was going to be easy or hard, but it turned out to be right in the middle. Not impossible, but definitely not easy. Found that once I let my knees stick out forward and then I cross a certain height with my leg angle, I can sit back a little further so that I can get to depth without having to let my knees continue to push forward. Some of those reps, I want to say the first 2 or first 3 on most of these sets are a little bit seated, a little bit further back on my hips, and those always feel better than kind of later in the sets. But I'm not sure if that's because I'm more tired or if that's because my technique is a little better. Probably a little bit of both. Yeah, this dude just like literally put that kind of in the drop zone in case I do get stuck, which didn't make me happy. It's okay. Now here's my final set. Yeah, they're moving pretty smoothly. You can see that I had a tendency to let my knees kind of valgus there, but I've been working on pushing my knees forward and pushing my knees out to minimize any backward travel of my knee, especially out of the hole. I'm pretty pleased with that for today. After that, I did 3 sets of 15 for dips. I did not box jump because there was too many people in the area, and yeah,